Princess Charlotte, granddaughter of King Charles III and daughter of Prince William and Princess Catherine, isn't just a little girl in pretty dresses. She's become a symbol of modern royalty with a splash of star power. In the UK, she's already considered a pint-sized fashion icon and a rising figure in the circles of high society. But behind those adorable photos and sweet royal waves lies a lifestyle straight out of a fairy tale. If that fairy tale came with private jets, royal estates, and a wardrobe that rivals Hollywood's best-dressed list. So, what does a day in the life of this young royal actually look like? Let's just say it's nothing short of dazzling. Charlotte's world is wrapped in layers of luxury, elegance, and tradition. Born into one of the oldest royal dynasties on Earth, her life is defined not only by immense wealth, but also by deep-rooted heritage. Her lineage stretches back through centuries of kings and queens, each chapter written in the stones of castles and the pages of history books. And yet, Charlotte manages to make her own mark even as a child. From her first days, born in the iconic Lindo wing of St. Mary's Hospital, the same place her brothers and father were welcomed into the world, she became the center of global attention. Her arrival wasn't just a family affair. It was a moment covered by international media, capturing the imagination of millions. But Charlotte isn't just a symbol. She's also living the kind of life most of us can barely imagine. Her education is top-tier and exclusive, likely shaping her into a future leader. Her holidays are nothing like your average beach getaway. We're talking about ultra-private estates in the Scottish Highlands or sun-drenched Mediterranean retreats. And her clothes? Think high-end designer labels in kid-sized couture. But beyond the glitz, what makes Charlotte's world so captivating is how it combines royal responsibility with modern luxury. She is learning the ropes of monarchy while also growing up in an era where a viral photo can spark global trends. Remember the Princess Charlotte effect? A baby outfit worn by her could sell out in minutes. The royal family's fortune isn't just about numbers. It's about history, influence, and an almost mythic presence. Properties like Sandringham and Balmoral are more than homes. They're royal landmarks, holding memories of generations past and promises for the future. And Princess Charlotte, though still a child, is already part of that narrative. Her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, ruled through decades of world-shaping events, and Charlotte's role, though still unwritten, will someday contribute to the next chapter of the monarchy. For now, she lives in a world of tiaras, traditions, and tailor-made uniforms, giving us a glimpse into what it means to be young, royal, and already unforgettable. Princess Charlotte isn't just growing up in the public eye. She's growing up within walls that whisper history. Her world is shaped by more than just cameras and headlines. It's wrapped in heritage, luxury, and cultural power. Take Kensington Palace, for example. This isn't your average childhood home. It's a centuries-old royal landmark, once the residence of Queen Victoria, and now the backdrop to Charlotte's early years. Within its grand apartments and beautifully sculpted gardens, she's playing hide-and-seek where history was made. Every step she takes inside Kensington is a dance through time, surrounded by opulence, elegance, and the legacy of monarchs past. But the palace life isn't everything. Charlotte also gets her countryside escape at Anmer Hall. This charming Georgian mansion, tucked away in the Queen's beloved Sandringham estate, was a personal gift to Prince William and Princess Kate. Far from the formality of London, Anmer Hall is where Charlotte can be just a kid. Think tree swings, wildflowers, muddy boots, and giggles echoing through endless private fields. It's a place of freedom, privacy, and family. A rare privilege for a royal child, offering the joys of a normal childhood within a not-so-normal estate. When summer rolls around, the royals pack up for Balmoral Castle in the Scottish Highlands, arguably the crown jewel of family holidays. With its rugged mountains, fresh highland air, and fairy tale forests, Balmoral is a royal paradise where tradition meets nature. For Charlotte, this means adventures far away from royal duties, horseback rides, picnics by the river, and exploring the vast estate that generations of Windsors have cherished. It's here she breathes the same wild air her great-great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth, did as a child. An unbroken chain of memory and monarchy. Step inside any of those royal residences, and the art will speak to you. Literally. Portraits by the old masters, works collected over centuries, hang in ornate frames down endless corridors. This is Charlotte's visual playground. Galleries that would make Louvre curators jealous, and she gets to grow up surrounded by them. Her early exposure to such rare cultural richness adds another layer to her upbringing. She's not just learning about brushstrokes and history. She's inheriting a kingdom built on beauty, tradition, and storytelling through art. Princess Charlotte may still be learning her times tables, but make no mistake, this young royal is already cruising through life in serious style. From the moment she was buckled into her first child seat, Charlotte has had access to some of the most luxurious transportation the world has to offer. Rolls-Royces, Bentleys, and Range Rovers. These aren't just cars, they're royal chariots, polished to perfection and ready to escort her through London's cobbled streets or the Scottish countryside. And when the road just won't do, there's the royal train and the Queen's flight, a fleet of private aircraft fit for royalty, waiting to whisk her away to official engagements or family holidays in style. While most kids her age are riding scooters in the park, Charlotte could be flying in a custom jet with a monogrammed seatbelt. But beyond the glitz and the regal transportation, Princess Charlotte's journey comes with something far deeper: responsibility. As she grows, it becomes increasingly clear that her life isn't just about palaces and tiaras, it's about service. Service to a nation and to a family legacy that spans 1,000 years. Like her parents, William and Kate, Charlotte is expected to step into a life of public duty. That means using her platform to support meaningful causes, from mental health to the environment, and becoming a voice for positive change. Just like her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, who reigned with quiet strength, Charlotte will be trained to embody the values of dignity, empathy, and perseverance. Charitable work isn't a side hobby in the royal world. It's a cornerstone. And when the time comes, Charlotte will choose her own causes to champion, drawing from her personal passions. Whether it's education, child welfare, or conservation, her support will bring global attention to these issues. She'll also take on the mantle of representing the monarchy at public events, not just across the United Kingdom, but on the global stage. As a young royal raised in an era of social media and social awareness, Charlotte has the unique opportunity to modernize the image of the monarchy without losing its timeless charm. She stands at a crossroads of tradition and evolution, with a role that could help redefine royalty for the 21st century. Princess Charlotte may be young, but she's already growing up in one of the most unique and high-pressure environments on the planet. Her childhood isn't just filled with bedtime stories and birthday cakes, it's also steeped in centuries-old royal traditions, strict protocols, and a global spotlight that never dims. From an early age, she's being trained, gently but intentionally, to carry the grace, confidence, and composure expected of someone born into the firm. As the media landscape shifts and public expectations of royalty become more demanding, Charlotte's generation will be tasked with modernizing the monarchy, while keeping its core values intact. That balancing act? She'll be at the very center of it. Her journey into the royal spotlight began with a truly memorable debut: her christening at the Church of St. Mary Magdalene on the Queen's Sandringham estate. Though smaller in scale than the grand royal ceremonies we're used to, the event was still a dazzling affair, blending tradition with warmth. Dressed in a white christening gown inspired by royal history, Charlotte looked like a porcelain doll nestled in her mother's arms while cameras captured the moment for fans around the globe. It wasn't just a family gathering, it was her soft launch into royal life. And from that very moment, Charlotte began to enchant the public, not just with her presence, but with something no one quite saw coming: her fashion influence. Enter what industry insiders now call the Charlotte effect. The moment a baby photo of her surfaced, wrapped in a delicate handmade shawl, the world responded like a fashion frenzy had just been unleashed. The humble family business behind the shawl flooded with global orders within hours. And this wasn't a one-time phenomenon. Every outfit she wore, every accessory carefully selected by her style-savvy mother, became a marketing goldmine. Retailers quickly learned that if Charlotte wore it, it would sell out fast. We're not talking about a casual bump in sales, but a full-blown economic ripple effect that sent brands scrambling to restock and mimic the royal look. But this wasn't just about cute dresses and baby bonnets. The Charlotte effect became a testament to the extraordinary power of image and influence, even at an age where most kids are still learning to tie their shoes. What makes it even more remarkable is that her fashion choices, often traditional, modest, and British-made, helped elevate local designers and small businesses, shining a spotlight on craftsmanship over trend-chasing. The fashion world has always had its icons: Audrey Hepburn, Princess Diana, even the Kardashians. But who would have guessed that one of the most powerful style influencers in the children's fashion world today isn't even old enough to drive? Yes, we're talking about Princess Charlotte. Her tiny wardrobe, carefully curated by the palace and her fashion-savvy mum, has become a digital age phenomenon. Every time she's spotted wearing a new outfit, whether it's a designer piece or a budget-friendly cardigan, the fashion world holds its breath, and retailers brace themselves for the coming storm. One standout moment? That adorable pastel yellow cardigan dotted with sheep. It was sweet, simple, and utterly charming. But when Charlotte wore it in a family photo, it sparked a global buying frenzy. A piece that might have hung quietly on store racks suddenly became the most wanted item for parents worldwide. Within hours, the cardigan sold out completely. The waiting list grew faster than a royal wedding crowd, with international buyers desperate to wrap their little ones in the same royal look. What's especially noteworthy is that her wardrobe isn't just made up of high-end designer labels. Charlotte is often seen in pieces from affordable high-street brands, proving that royalty doesn't have to be out of reach. This mix of luxury and accessibility has helped democratize fashion in a way few public figures can. Parents of all backgrounds are now able to dress their kids in Charlotte-inspired outfits, bringing a little piece of Windsor style into everyday homes. In fact, brands have become eagle-eyed observers of royal calendars, preparing collections and campaigns in anticipation of her next public outing. The colors she wears? Copied. The cuts? Cloned. The patterns? Reimagined in every size. In today's fast-paced world of clicks and hashtags, marketing strategies have had to do more than just keep up. They've had to evolve. And one of the biggest game changers? Princess Charlotte. Brands are now on high alert every time the royal family steps outside. The moment Charlotte makes an appearance, whether it's a stroll to church or a family portrait, fashion brands leap into action. Social media explodes, with Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, turning into a digital battleground where everyone's trying to claim a piece of the royal spotlight. If she's spotted in a particular cardigan or hair bow, you can bet that item will be trending globally within minutes. That's not just marketing anymore, that's magic. And for businesses, the connection to a royal figure like Charlotte, even if it's indirect, is a golden ticket to trust, prestige, and serious profit. But the Charlotte effect doesn't stop at the runway. It spills over into tourism, hospitality, and even national pride. After her birth, London experienced a noticeable surge in tourism. People from all over the world flocked to the city, eager to feel closer to the royal magic. They visited Kensington Palace, strolled through Hyde Park, and snapped selfies outside the Lindo Wing, just for the chance to breathe the same air as the princess. Hotels were booked solid, restaurants were buzzing, and souvenir shops couldn't restock their Charlotte-themed items fast enough. Even the most modest teacup with her name became a collector's item. It's rare that a toddler can boost an economy, but Charlotte managed to do it without saying a word. And let's be honest, Charlotte didn't just win the genetic lottery, she inherited serious style DNA. She's a little fashion firecracker who knows how to command attention. Fashion insiders are watching her like hawks. Designers dream of the day their pieces are chosen for Charlotte's wardrobe, because one photo can launch their brand into the stratosphere. And it's not just about luxury labels either. Charlotte mixes high-end designers with affordable high-street pieces, making her style both aspirational and accessible. That's the genius of her public image. She's royal but relatable. She can rock a $400 coat and a $40 headband in the same outfit, and both will sell out before lunchtime. Her wardrobe is now considered a strategic asset for brands and a visual feast for fans around the globe. Meanwhile, the paparazzi can't get enough. Every time she appears in public, there's a flurry of camera flashes and fashion breakdowns in magazines. Her every move, whether she's waving at a crowd or sticking out her tongue playfully, becomes instant headline material. But it's not just about her clothes, it's about the image she's building. Fun, fearless, polished, and endearingly cheeky. Charlotte isn't just the future of the monarchy, she's shaping its present, one outfit at a time. And when it comes to jewelry, Charlotte isn't playing dress-up, she's the real deal. Her collection includes sentimental and symbolic pieces that already have deep historical value. One standout? A diamond-studded horseshoe brooch, a gift from her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. Said to be inspired by the late monarch's lifelong passion for horses. It's more than just a sparkling pin. It's a legacy piece, a quiet nod to the traditions that Charlotte is destined to carry forward. And speaking of legacy, the young princess is reportedly already the future keeper of some of Princess Diana's most beloved jewels. Among them, a breathtaking tiara that's been passed down through generations of royal women. The fact that Charlotte, still just a child, is being entrusted with such heirlooms is a strong sign of her growing importance within the House of Windsor. Now, let's talk shoes, because Charlotte's footwear deserves a spotlight of its own. Her collection includes everything from classic black Mary Janes and patent leather ballet flats to trendy ankle boots and comfy school sneakers. She's been praised by international fashion magazines for her consistently charming and age-appropriate style. Her shoes aren't just functional, they're fashion statements, perfectly matched to her outfits and always camera-ready. And somehow, she wears them with the ease and flair of someone twice her age. It's no wonder she's become a mini fashion icon, gracing the best-dressed pages right alongside A-list celebrities. But beyond the wardrobe, the brooches, and the buzz, Charlotte's name itself is woven with meaning. Her full name, Charlotte Elizabeth Diana, is a tribute to the powerful women who came before her. Charlotte honors her paternal grandfather, King Charles III. Elizabeth is a graceful nod to her great-grandmother, the late Queen Elizabeth II. And Diana carries the spirit of the iconic Princess of Wales, her beloved grandmother, who left a mark not just on the monarchy, but on the world. Each name is a thread connecting her to generations of royal strength, legacy, and love. Her christening on July 5, 2015, held at the historic Church of St. Mary Magdalene on the Royal Sandringham Estate. The event brought together close family members and godparents in a setting that was both deeply spiritual and emotionally meaningful. The Most Reverend Justin Welby, Archbishop of Canterbury, led the sacred rite with quiet dignity, using holy water drawn from the River Jordan, a symbolic and powerful gesture, as those same waters have been used for generations of royal baptisms, connecting Princess Charlotte to a long lineage of kings and queens before her. From the elegant vintage pram once used by the Queen herself, to the carefully selected hymns that resonated within the church's stone walls, every moment of the ceremony reflected reverence, continuity, and the enduring legacy of the British monarchy. Charlotte's story continues like a real-life royal fairy tale, complete with grand residences and carefully chosen schools. She began life tucked away at Anmer Hall, a peaceful country retreat on the Queen's Sandringham estate. Far from the flashing cameras, this is where she learned to crawl, giggle, and take her first steps, surrounded by wide green fields and a tight-knit family bubble. But in 2017, her royal journey took a new turn when the family moved to Kensington Palace in London. This wasn't just a change of address, it was a signal that Charlotte was stepping closer to the royal spotlight. Living in Kensington placed her right in the heart of royal life, closer to Buckingham Palace, to public appearances, and to the ceremonial pulse of the monarchy. Of course, what makes Charlotte especially lovable is her vibrant personality. While her older brother, Prince George, often looks a bit serious, perhaps already feeling the weight of his future crown, Charlotte has become the cheeky scene stealer. With her playful expressions, confident waves, and that signature royal sass, she's the one who keeps the cameras clicking. Their bond, however, is undeniable. A perfect example: the 2020 Christmas pantomime at London's Palladium. During the show, George and Charlotte were caught playfully whispering and laughing, giving us a rare and touching glimpse into their sibling dynamic. George, ever the big brother, keeps an eye on her while Charlotte brings the fun and mischief to their duo. Then there's Prince Louis, the youngest of the Cambridge trio. Born in 2018, he quickly became the family's darling, and Charlotte took to her big sister role like a natural. Whether she's holding his hand during public events or giving him a gentle hug in front of the cameras, Charlotte's affection for Louis radiates through every gesture. And Louis? He clearly adores her. The two have been snapped giggling, whispering, and even breaking protocol with spontaneous sibling play. It's these candid moments, the real, unscripted interactions, that make the young royals so relatable. When it comes to love and affection, Princess Charlotte is absolutely surrounded by it, and not just from the adoring public. She's completely charmed everyone in her orbit, from her proud parents, Prince William and Princess Kate, to her teachers, classmates, and siblings. Even her grandparents are clearly smitten. One of the most heartwarming royal moments happened in 2018 during Prince Charles's official visit to Scotland. The future king, typically composed and regal, was seen melting into pure grandpa mode, picking Charlotte up and planting a sweet kiss on her nose. That rare public display of affection revealed just how special their bond is. Charlotte's charm doesn't stop there. She also seems to share a quiet but meaningful connection with her late great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Though they never met, Princess Catherine once revealed in a documentary that Charlotte loves looking through old photos of her. And even more, she shares the Queen Mother's lifelong passion for horses. And let's not forget her unique relationship with Queen Elizabeth II. While Her Majesty was famously reserved in public, there's no doubt that Charlotte managed to win her over. In fact, their bond goes deeper than their mutual love of horses. It's written all over Charlotte's face. With those striking blue eyes and composed mannerisms, Charlotte is often said to be the spitting image of the late Queen. But that's not the only royal resemblance people can't stop talking about. Many believe Princess Charlotte also carries the sparkle of another royal icon, Princess Diana. That unmistakable charm, the warm smile, the way she seems to light up every room, it's all there. She's got Queen Elizabeth's steady gaze and Diana's twinkle, It's enough to make you believe the royal family is hiding a secret fountain of youth somewhere behind the rose garden at Buckingham Palace. But beneath the good looks and royal legacy, Charlotte is still a little girl finding her way in the world. And that journey begins with education. Before the tiaras and royal duties, there's the classroom. And for Charlotte, that started at the prestigious Wilcox Nursery School in Kensington. This isn't your average preschool. Tucked away in one of London's most exclusive neighborhoods, Wilcox is known for educating the young heirs and heiresses of Britain's elite. But don't let the polished exterior fool you. The focus here is on kindness, creativity, and learning through play. Charlotte thrived in this environment, where finger painting and story time came with a royal twist. It was here that she learned the basics: how to share, how to explore, how to ask questions, all within a nurturing space designed to help young minds blossom. And when it was time to step into the world of big kids' school, Charlotte did so with the poise of someone twice her age. On her first day of formal school, she arrived hand in hand with her parents, wearing a crisp navy blazer and a perfectly pressed white shirt, complete with a big smile and zero sign of nerves. Her confidence made headlines and melted hearts worldwide. On her first day of school, Princess Charlotte was the picture of polished perfection. Smart uniform, neatly tied ponytail, and that radiant smile that's become her signature. She looked every bit the royal schoolgirl, but with a fashionable flair that had everyone talking. Yes, Charlotte is already acing more than just her classes. She's making the school run look like a red carpet event. But beyond her style and charm lies something much more strategic: her education. Charlotte is currently attending Lambrook School in Berkshire, a prestigious private institution just outside London that caters to the children of Britain's elite. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge clearly chose Lambrook with intention. From its cutting-edge science labs to its art studios, equestrian programs, and well-rounded personal development tracks, this school is custom-made for raising future leaders, not just well-educated children. Inside the halls of Lambrook, Charlotte isn't treated as a princess. She's treated as a student, encouraged to learn, grow, and develop her own sense of identity. The curriculum goes far beyond traditional subjects. It includes moral education, leadership training, and exposure to a wide range of extracurriculars that reflect both royal values and modern skill sets. This kind of tailored schooling isn't just about grades. It's about shaping someone who can gracefully carry centuries of royal tradition into the 21st century. That means confidence, character, and communication are just as important as math and science. Before enrolling at Lambrook, Charlotte was a student at Thomas's Battersea, another top-tier school where her education emphasized social etiquette, compassion, and curiosity. It's here where character building took center stage. Qualities like respect, kindness, and emotional intelligence were taught just as rigorously as academic subjects. These are essential traits for a royal in training. And let's not forget her extracurriculars, which aren't your average after-school clubs. Charlotte has reportedly shown a love for horseback riding, a sport deeply woven into royal tradition. And her development doesn't stop there. Music, a royal staple, is also part of Charlotte's curriculum. Whether she's learning piano or violin, these lessons are not just about musical talent. They instill discipline, patience, and cultural appreciation. She's also said to be active in competitive sports like tennis, swimming, and field hockey, activities that reflect the school's focus on leadership, teamwork, and physical health. Princess Charlotte's education is far more than reading, writing, and arithmetic. It's a masterfully curated roadmap to royalty. From a young age, she's being shaped not just as a student, but as a future global figurehead. Her learning environment reaches far beyond the traditional classroom, spilling into the realms of culture, diplomacy, and heritage. One of the most fascinating aspects of her education is the emphasis on languages. As someone who will likely represent Britain on the international stage, Charlotte is being taught to speak multiple languages, an essential tool for diplomacy in a world that grows more connected every day. She's not just learning how to say hello and thank you in French or Spanish. She's gaining the linguistic tools to navigate high-level conversations with world leaders someday. Alongside her linguistic training, Charlotte's history lessons likely go well beyond textbooks. She's being immersed in a curriculum that covers the expansive narrative of the British monarchy, the legacy of the Commonwealth, and the complex role the royal family plays in modern society. Understanding where she comes from and what her family represents is a vital part of growing into her public role. But being a royal today means more than heritage. It means service. That's why public speaking is a major focus. Charlotte is already engaging in exercises that teach her how to speak with clarity, confidence, and poise. After all, it won't be long before she's delivering speeches, opening charities, or greeting dignitaries with the charm and finesse we've seen from her mother and grandmother. And it doesn't stop there. Like every royal before her, Charlotte will also step into the charitable spotlight. From a young age, she'll likely begin supporting causes close to her heart, just as Prince William champions mental health and Princess Kate works on early childhood development. Every lesson, every extracurricular, every carefully chosen institution is building a young woman who will not only uphold royal traditions, but also modernize them. Princess Charlotte is being raised not just to follow in royal footsteps, but to leave her own, and the world is watching every step with awe. Princess Charlotte's education isn't just preparing her to be a well-rounded student, it's grooming her for a future that blends royalty with diplomacy. Unlike most children her age, Charlotte's curriculum is likely to expand far beyond standard subjects and venture into areas like international relations and political science. Why? Because she's not just learning to live in the world. She's being trained to represent the British monarchy to the world. Whether she's greeting foreign dignitaries, attending state banquets, or visiting humanitarian missions abroad, Charlotte will need a firm grasp on global affairs and the subtleties of cross-cultural communication. That's why her schooling will be shaped to include exposure to world politics, geography, and the complex web of international diplomacy. It's not just education, it's royal strategy. And as she grows older, her academic journey will likely deepen with more specialized studies. Subjects like constitutional law and the political history of the United Kingdom will become vital. These aren't just dry topics in a textbook. This is the groundwork for understanding her family's role in Britain's governmental system. Charlotte is being trained not only to understand tradition, but to engage with it intelligently. She will be expected to know how the monarchy fits into the modern world and how to navigate that space with grace, professionalism, and purpose. And that wraps up this exclusive look into Princess Charlotte's royal journey. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the lives of the world's most fascinating public figures, don't forget to click on any of the cards on your screen. And hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment from the royal world and beyond. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.